We will be reviewing the concept of rings in Action 1 and discussing how to implement those in your environment. The way it works is you define a set of rings you want to apply patching to. And the whole concept of rings is I want to validate patches in a controlled environment first before I push them out to production. I don't want an interruption in my production environment, so we need to keep things clean and tested and validated more than once before we get to production. So in my environment, I've got 4 rings total set up. My ring 0 is essentially a standalone environment where I can test each individual component application host. So in my environment, I am using a example application that has a web front end through Apache, an application host, and then a database host. So my ring 0 will be a unit test where I do patching for Apache on my Apache host, web host. My application host will get whatever Windows patches need to be applied there. And then my database host needs to be patched as well. So I can validate those patches, make sure they work there before they go to ring 1. So the way it works is you need to start with a set of patches in ring 0. There's 2 ways to have those patches selected. You can go in and select the patches that you want pushed out, or you can use filters. We use the security severity, critical, important updates, etc. We can also use update types, security updates, regular updates, definition updates, etc. Same thing with update sources, whether I want applications or OS patches or both. Just depends on what you want in your environment. So if we look at our automations, we can see that on ring 0, I'm selecting the updates I want pushed out to my environment to be tested for a ring 0. Now I could use matching filters as well to filter out what I want, but honestly, most of my customers, they select those patches specifically. All right, so that's the basics for ring 0 is I just want these things patched as soon as possible after they've been released from Microsoft on Patch Tuesday. So you can see I'm automatically rebooting. There's my ring 0, and here I am running them every week on Thursday, just in case there are some other updates that come out in between the standard Patch Tuesday patches. And it does happen, especially for Microsoft. Okay, so next is looking at my automation for ring 1. This is where I can vet and validate what came out of ring 0. So here I am using the update from previous internal ring. I've selected my ring 0, and I can then delay ring 1 so many days after ring 0 is completed. I can set a percentage of what passed. I can have the number of application hosts or endpoint hosts that this was successful on. Now, if I only got 3 hosts in here, I'm never going to hit this 4 host lift, and therefore no patches will get into ring 1 because I can only have a max of 3 if I only have 3 devices in here. So keeping track of these values, these can hang you up when you're trying to roll out rings in your environment. So make sure you have those set appropriately. Then how long you want to wait after the patch has been released from the vendor. And then you can see we've got that scheduled as well. So all my other automations work the same way. We select the previous ring, I select the deploy updates, and then we set our percent successful and success number of endpoints. Now, one of the things you can do is in your ring rollouts is look at what's going on from the previous ring. So if I had problems with ring 0 and ring 1 was not getting its patches, I could go into the patch of deployment status from ring 0. So this is looking at ring 0, the previous ring, and we're seeing exactly what worked and what did not work in my ring 0 environment. So you can see I have a number of Windows updates that did not get pushed out. So I can pause ring 1 and go to ring 0 and troubleshoot these things, figure them out, get them working properly so that I can get my ring 1 working, and then same process for all the other automations as well. All right, so that's a quick overview of the Ring concept. Hopefully that works for everyone, and we look forward to getting your feedback. Thank you. Bye now.